Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm here to bring you a brand new unboxing video of the Nike Hypervenom Phantoms. I just got these in a couple days ago. I'm really excited to give them a try. I've never had a pair of Hypervenoms before. I was lucky enough to try a pair before, but they weren't mine. So I liked them, but I really wanted to get my own pair, give them a try, see how they work, you know, after several wears, what they're like, just to see what kind of shoe they're like, give them a comparison to some of the other ones I've tried. So I just got these in. These are the Hypervenom Phantoms in the vibrant yellow, black, and Volt Ice colorway. So this is going to be an unboxing video. I'm going to do a review video once I get these ones out, and I'll do a follow-up review like I do for most of the other shoes. But today we're just going to do an unboxing video of the Hypervenoms. So without any more to present, let's just get right into it. So first things first, you open up the box. First thing with all Nike products, you get a string bag. So this is the Hypervenom Phantom string bag. It's got two colors. One side's Volt color, and you can see the Hypervenom skull and crossbones logo. It says Hypervenom right there. The strings are kind of that Volt Ice color. They're a little bit lighter than the actual Volt. And then on the other side, it's just black with a Volt Nike swoosh right there. And that's the string bag. Okay, get back into the box. And we've got the shoes themselves. So, there they are. We'll get that out of the way. And here we are. The Nike Hypervenom Phantoms in the vibrant yellow, Volt Ice, and black colorway. So, we'll just discuss the colorway a little bit. Go over the tech specs, I guess, what they're made out of, the upper material, Soleplate, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll just, yeah, that's basically what we'll do. So we'll go over colorway, upper material, and that's the unboxing video for today. So first things first, we'll get this out of the way, make it a little easier. Here we are with the Hypervenoms. So like I said, this is the vibrant yellow colorway. The yellow part is the inside main yellow part. Obviously it goes from back here all the way along the upper, around the laces and up to this side over here. It's really more of a gold color. Not quite the same metallic gold finish that you'll see on the Neymar versions that came out in with the World Cup of this year. But it's pretty gold. It's a very nice gold, actually. I like it a lot better than the Hypervenoms, the Neymar Hypervenoms that came out at the World Cup. This is a very true gold color, and it looks really nice, actually. The Volt, as you can see, is the kind of outline along the upper. So it's all along the seam here, around the laces, and through the heel. And it really is not as vibrant or as bright as the Volt that you'll see on other Nike colorways. For example, the Magistas that I had, the Volt is really like a bright, almost highlighter kind of color. This one is toned down a bit. It's not as flashy, not quite as vibrant, and to be honest, I think I actually like it better. It's kind of a dull Volt, if that makes any sense. So that's the Volt part, and then obviously you've got black, which is the Nike swoosh here. You have another one here. You've got the Hypervenom logo right there, if you can see, and you've got a skull and crossbones logo on the inside of the heel over here. The laces as well are black. And the last thing is the tongue. The tongue is a silver color, and they've done that with some other Nike shoes, particularly when this colorway came out. This one came out in April, I believe, around then, so it's a little older, so I got a great deal on the price, but that's kind of why I got them. But it's got a nice silver tongue here to just tie it all together. The insole, if you can see, is that Volt Ice color as well, and it says Hypervenom on it. Just make sure you can see that in there. Yep. So that's the colorway. And next thing we'll do is just talk about the tech specs. We'll go over the upper and discuss a little bit about that. So I'm sure most of you know by now, the Hypervenoms are made out of a material called Nike skin. So it's extremely, I'll get this out of here so I can show you what the material feels like. It's very soft, very flexible, and it does have a decent bit of stretch to it. So the good thing about these is some synthetics, they just don't stretch at all, so they take forever to break in. And once they're broken in, they're still not quite as comfortable as some other shoes can be, some other kinds of synthetics. These ones are a different story. There's some stretch to them. So once they've broken in, they're extremely, extremely comfortable because this just, it bends and moves with your foot so easily, and it's a very, very unique synthetic. You can see it's got kind of this honeycomb pattern as well that I'm sure many of you know by now on the Hypervenoms. They've been out a while. So it's got that honeycomb pattern. Basically, Nike just layer several layers of synthetic on top of each other to create this sort of pattern. And I'm sure there's more technical more technical process that goes into creating the Hypervenom Nike skin, but it's just an incredible material. Very, very unique synthetic, and one that I think many people are happy with. So that is the upper. It covers the entire upper, and there's not much else to it. You have a internal heel counter back there. You've got synthetic tongue. The liner is a synthetic material again. On the inside of the heel here, it's not a suede. It's much like a pure synthetic, I would call it. And yeah, there's not much else to discuss. I mean, there's no sort of technological aspects that are thrown on the shoe like on other shoes. It's just a layer of several layers of Nike skin fused on top of each other together to create that synthetic material. The only other thing they add is, as you can see on the tongue, they have the ACC branding there. That stands for All Conditions Control. So again, this is something Nike has done for several shoes now. They implement it on all their top-end models. Basically, All Conditions Control is a texturine or finish that they put on top of the upper to act as a control element, I guess, in wet environments. So it's supposed to give you a bit more grip on the ball, a bit more control when you're playing in the wet, basically. So that's the only other aspect they have. I'll move on now to the Soleplate. So as you can see, that's the Soleplate. You've got it's all black with a Nike swoosh right there, and you've got the split toe design. I'll get into that in a second. But that is essentially your Soleplate right there. Very similar to the Nike Tempo Legend 5s, and somewhat similar to the Magista. That's the reason why I tried the Magista back in May and June. And I mentioned in my initial video, I believe, how I had tried on a pair of Hypervenoms actually to decide what kind of size I wanted for the Magistas, because they weren't available in Canada in store, so I had to buy them online. But I wasn't sure what size, so I went into a store to try on a pair of these and a pair of Legend 5s, and that's what I based my decision on. Because they're very, very similar. They're based off the same sort of sole plate. So that is the Nike Hypervenom sole plate. You've got 4 conical studs in the back. You've got 3 on this side, 3 on that side, with a kind of toe pick stud right there, help you take off, and a middle stability stud right there. Sole plate is made out of Pebax and compressed nylon, I believe it's called. I don't want to get into that too much because, I mean, again, that's all just technical info that, you know, Nike uses to produce a sole plate. I'm not exactly sure how that process is done, but that's the name of the materials that they put in. So you've got your stability sort of frame that runs through the middle here just to give you a bit more support. You've got, like I said, your studs there, and they have implemented this split toe design, and the whole idea behind that is that depending on the way your foot moves, you know, this way kind of thing, when you're pushing off, you know, you might put more emphasis on your toe foot. So this will allow it to bend a little bit to give you a bit more acceleration, a bit more grip when you're taking off. That's the idea behind it. Buy into it what you will. I don't know how much that works, but, you know, that's just what Nike are calling it. So that is the sole plate there. Overall, in my opinion, I think this is going to be a great sole plate. I like the shape of the studs. Conical studs are always good. They're not too long. They're not too aggressive. They look like they're a good solid stud that will work on all sorts of materials, whether it's firm ground grass, whether it's soft ground grass, whether it's artificial turf. It looks like this is a very versatile sole plate, and I think it'll do a very good job on all sorts of surfaces, so I'm very excited to give that a try. Other than that, I'll show you the insole. I showed you the color before, but I'll just pull it up. As you can see, I was actually kind of impressed with the insole. That's it right there. You have perforations throughout the insole. It's just got a sort of mesh material on the top. Bottom is a single layer of foam, but it's actually quite decently thick to my expectations. I thought it would be far, far more thin than that. A lot thinner than what it actually is. But so, anyways, that's the insole. So it looks like a pretty decent insole. I mean, you know, insoles aren't crazy these days. They're all pretty much the same, but But that's it. So like I said, mesh on top, Hypervenom logo there, perforations throughout it to give you that extra weight factor. But that's it for the insole, and that's pretty much it with the shoe. I've gone over pretty much everything. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I will get an answer out to you as best as I can. So that is the Hypervenom Phantom. There's not much else for me to go over in today's video. I will do a review, like I said, on these Hypervenoms when I get a time to wear them with Christmas coming up. It'll be a couple weeks before I actually get them on the field, but stay tuned for that. I will do a follow-up review, and stay tuned to the channel. There'll be a couple more videos coming up over the holiday season. I have some free time, to get some in, so stay tuned. Support the video with a like if you enjoyed it. It helps me out a lot. Leave a comment. I will get an answer to you, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And happy holidays, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There will be more coming up. Thanks. Take care.